The 3120 is the crown jewel of the Ibanez RG line, and in today's video I'm going to tell you guys exactly why and the cool story about how I ended up getting mine. Hey there kids, and welcome to a brand new installment of Meet the Machines, the gear series for people who like things that are nice. I'm Uncle Ben, and I like things that are nice. And today we're talking about something very nice indeed. This is my Ibanez RG 3120 in the stunning twilight blue finish, and the story of how I acquired it is indeed heartwarming and very appropriate for this holiday season of giving in which we find ourselves. Now, as always, this video is brought to you guys by everybody who supports my channel over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Sign up today for access to all kinds of bonus goodies, like hundreds of bonus videos, backing tracks, downloadable tabs, and so much more. This week, everybody who supports my channel, even for just $1 a month, is going to get access to a very special, super extended version of this video with more tones, more licks, more stories, and more of everything. I know you guys want a piece of that, so don't delay. Sign up today over at patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. This guitar is capable of a variety of different tones, no matter what style it is that you're playing, whether that be country or western. And I think a great way to demonstrate this is to use my Synergy rig today and a variety of my favorite modules. I'll be playing that today into the UA aux. Now let's get riffing. So that was the sound of the guitar through the Friedman BE Deluxe module, which is fantastic, man. You guys know I love the Friedman stuff. It's got a mahogany body, a beautiful flame maple top, 3-piece maple neck, although I think they changed that in later models, and a big-ass volute on the back of the headstock for extra strength and stability. It's got a rosewood fretboard, beautiful abalone corner dot inlays, and the legendary Ibanez Low Pro Edge tremolo, which is probably the best floating bridge design ever made. Now, I grew up around Morristown, Tennessee, which is noteworthy only for the fact that that's where they filmed the original Evil Dead. And like most people born around Morristown, Tennessee, I took guitar lessons from the late, great, amazing Benjamin Franklin over at Lloyd's Music. And back then, whenever I would go in for my guitar lesson, I would have my mom or my dad pick me up like a half hour or an hour after my lesson because I wanted to browse around the shop and hang out and try out new guitars and stuff. Plus, at the time, that was about my only social exposure outside of our little once-a-week homeschool co-op, which, as you can imagine, was very cool indeed, and going to church. So it was some good time out of the house every week for me. And I remember there was this one day that Phil Lloyd, who owned the shop, he had just put out the new Ibanez catalogs. I think it was the 2000 catalog, if I'm not mistaken. And I started thumbing through it, and he told me I could take one home. So I took it home, and I was looking at all the glorious new guitars that were coming out that year. And the one that really stood out to me was the 3120 in the twilight blue finish. They've also done this guitar in several other finishes, like a transparent red, a vintage violin, which is kind of a sunburst finish. I would love to have one of those someday. They're all beautiful, but to me, the iconic one is the twilight blue. Excuse me just a second here, guys. Oh, I just got a message from the guy in the comment section saying that there's too much talking in this video and not enough playing. Let me satisfy him really quick here. Then we'll get back to the story. Those lovely clean tones are brought to you by the Synergy Steve Vai module. Very nice. As soon as I saw the 3120, I knew I had to have one because it's just everything that I wanted. But there was a big problem. I was broke as a joke, and it seemed like every time that I found one, it was either way unaffordable for me, or if it was one that was in my price range, it was like super beat up and trashed, you know? So I could just never find one that really suited my budget at any given time. So let's flash back 10 years ago to the holiday season of 2014. I had just barely got my channel going and had a little bit of a following. I'd been playing out live and everything with a couple of different bands. And I was getting ready to go to my first NAMM show in January of 2015, which meant I was even broker than usual because I had bought my plane tickets and my hotel room and all that. So I was extremely low on money when a fan sent me a listing for a 3120 that he had found, if I'm not mistaken, on Craigslist in Colorado. And I want to say it was just maybe $800 or $900. But he sent me this thing and it had this beautiful, incredible top, and I just fell in love with it instantly. And I was super bummed out because there was just no way in hell that I could afford it, especially during the holiday season. So I went on my Facebook page and I put up kind of a mopey post, you know. I was just like, man, it's such a bummer. Like, one of my favorite guitars of all time is for sale and I just can't afford it. Woe is me, you know, very first world problems, I know. And within a few hours of making that post, I got a DM from a dude named Adam who said that he was a big fan of mine and had been watching my channel since it started and I helped us playing out and all this jazz. And how it bummed him out that I couldn't afford this guitar that I wanted. He thought that I deserved to have something nice. And so this total stranger told me that he would buy the guitar and sit on it until I had the money to pay him back. That message blew my mind, and it's still one of the nicest things that anybody has ever done for me, just to go out on a limb and help out somebody just because they had put up some free guitar lessons and stuff. It's pretty amazing, man. It was really one of those moments that made me think a little bit better about humanity in general, you know? And it might be corny, but I think that there's something really powerful about the idea of me finally getting the thing I always wanted, even if it is just a thing, it's just a guitar, it's an object. But me getting something that I always wanted as a result of me giving things away. I think that's an amazing thing personally, and it really let me know that what I was doing was actually making a difference to the people that were watching my videos. Great googly moogly. That's the lead side of the Synergy Steve Vai module. I love those big fat low mids that it's got. It really sounds awesome. So we went through with the plan. Adam agreed to buy the guitar and just hang on to it until I saved up the money to pay him back. Saved up the money, paid him off, and I got the guitar, and it showed up in just absolutely lovely condition. I mean, it's got some wear and tear on it, but at the time it was a 14-year-old guitar, and now it's a 24-year-old guitar, which is pretty insane. But I loved it right away. Although, there were a few changes that I wanted to make. I'm not necessarily a big fan of the DiMarzio Tone Zone pickup in the bridge. I love other DiMarzio pickups, but the Tone Zone is just not one that does anything for me. I find it to be kind of dark, a little bit muddy sounding. And so I decided to replace the pickups with these Sir Aldrich humbuckers in that zebra look there with the black and cream colored coils. I would say the Aldrich is kind of JB-ish, but it feels a little bit more open and a little hotter at the same time. And in the neck, it's just really big and fat and warm and smooth, but still clear, you know, still got that clarity to it. Really great sounding neck pickup. And because of their output level, they also split extremely well too. So after I placed the pickups, I love the sound of it. I refinished the neck using my Birchwood KC gunstock oil and wax finish that I have a tutorial for here on my channel. And the only problem that I had with it is I had a high fret or two on it that was keeping the guitar from playing its best. Now at that time I had no idea about doing any fretwork stuff at all, but I had an amazing guitar student named Tyler who did. So I had Tyler do a full fret level and recrown and redress on the fretwork here. Got the neck back from him, put it on, strung it up, and it plays insanely well. Seriously, the action is so low, buzz free. Right now it's got 9 through 42 on it, tuned down a half step, and it's still clear as a bell, man. This thing is amazing now. Sorry guys, I just got another message from the guy in the comment section saying that there's too much talking in this video. Let me change over to the Bogner Uberschall Synergy module and get some brutal stuff going to keep that guy happy. Excuse me. It's seriously just an amazing guitar. I don't know what else I could ask for in an RG. I love everything about it. I think that it's more than time enough for Ibanez to do a reissue of this thing, don't you think? They've done reissues of the 550, the 565, numerous other models. I don't know why there's not more demand for a second swing at the 3120. If you think this model is due for a reissue by Ibanez, let me know down there in the comments section. Maybe we can drive up enough interest to get this thing back out there. Hopefully in this and that lovely vintage violin finish. That way I can finally snag one of those. So there you go guys, a deep dive into what I consider to be the greatest RG Ibanez has ever made, and the very special magical story about how I got it. Huge thank you and shout out to Adam for making this happen. Seriously, every time I look at this guitar, I think about just that random act of kindness that you totally didn't have to do. Just going out on a limb and buying a guitar for a stranger from the internet. That's still something that blows my mind, and I still appreciate it to this day. Now, it's also worth noting that a few years ago, I picked up the 3120's neck-through cousin, the RG 3120, I think it's called the 3120 NT, if I'm not mistaken. And the story of how this one came into my possession is also kind of funny, so let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see a full video about this guy. Thank you guys so much for liking this video. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications every time I upload a new slice of fried gold. And if you guys want access to all kinds of bonus goodies and to help support my channel, be sure to check out patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. It's where you're going to find hundreds and hundreds of bonus posts, backing tracks, downloadable tabs, and so much more, as well as a community of awesome people just like yourself. So don't delay, sign up today, and I'll see you guys over there. Thanks so much for watching. I hope everybody out there is having a safe and happy holiday season. And be sure to tune in next week for some more cool stuff from your good buddy, Uncle Ben. Now get away from the computer. Let's go play some guitar. Less clicking, more picking.